It's the BookTube Newbie Tag. Hiya, I'm Jessica, and before anyone questions this, yes, I know that I used to make BookTube videos, so I'm not technically a newbie, but it's been 2 years since I made YouTube videos, which is kind of wild because I'm like, where does the time go? I used to be in my early 20s and now I'm not, and I'm just having a little existential crisis about time, but it's fine, it's fine. So this is the BookTube Newbie Tag from a kind of newbie. First question is, why did you start this channel? And honestly, I think it was just because I loved books. So I've loved YouTube for about 7 years now, which is such a long time. Doesn't help the existential crisis. A few years ago I made this channel so that I could talk about books and stuff, because I had another YouTube channel where I talked about mental health and relationships. I wanted to get back into it now because I'm doing my own book. That's great English. I'm writing a book and I was like, you know what, this would be fun. The second question is, what are some fun and unique things you can bring to BookTube? And at this point I'm regretting not reading the questions in advance. I suppose I am Irish, so I know that there's a fair amount of booktubers that are Irish, but like not a ton by like the UK or America's standards or anything. So I've got that going for me, I suppose. I want to be a radio presenter, so that's cool, I think, maybe. I've been training to do that on a digital station called Freak.fm for about 2 years now. The next question is, what are you most excited about for this channel? And I suppose I'm really looking forward to catching up with people that I used to be friends with on BookTube, which is nothing really to do with my channel at all. It just means that I'm going to actually look at my subscription feed from now on rather than going onto YouTube and watching Jimmy Fallon videos. The next question is, why do you love reading? And I'm like, I don't know. Do people know why they like reading? I like stories and I like finding out what happens to characters, and I like that I can hold up a book and then people are like, oh, leave her alone, she's reading. Did I answer it right? Is this an initiation test and then people decide whether you pass or fail? That'd be gas, wouldn't it? What book or series got you into reading? I suppose I loved Dr. Seuss when I was growing up, and I know now that he's like meant to be a terrible person. I think I read somewhere that he was like highly racist. So that's not great, but I didn't know that when I was 4. Next question is, what questions would I ask my favourite booktubers? I suppose...
6.5 hours later.
Do you like Chinese? I like Chinese a lot. It's the fun part. What challenge do you think will be hardest to overcome with a BookTube channel? I think time will realistically be the biggest hurdle that I have from now on, because I'm working an 8 till 4, 9 till 5 job. But basically whenever I get home there's always someone here, and I hate recording with people in the house, particularly my mum, because they can hear what I'm saying, and if I mess up and if I have to re-record the same sentence 20 billion times. So I hate recording with people around. So that's why I haven't been able to make a video in so long. What challenge do you think will be hardest to overcome when starting a new BookTube channel? I suppose for me it's most definitely always going to be time. I work in an 8 to 4, 9 to 5 job, which means that I don't have a lot of time for anything else. Like, I really underestimated how much time working full-time takes from you. Like, it'll take me about 40 minutes to get home, so say if I finish at 5 o'clock, it's almost 6 o'clock by the time I get home. Then I just want to eat, sleep and rest, you know? I don't know if restarting this channel is just going to be the biggest failure of my life. I've had so many failures though that it'd really be hard to overcome, I suppose. Next question is, when did you start reading? And at this point I feel like nobody cares about the answers to these questions, but let's just go with it. I started reading when I was probably 4, when I was taught to read. Duh. I always enjoyed reading and particularly writing. I was that kind of child. So I remember when I was like 11, we'd be told to write a 1 A4 page story in school. And I remember I wrote one about like the DSPCA going to find dogs who needed to be rescued, and the beginning was 1 page. So like I had this whole 3-act structure thing going and everything. The whole story was like 4 pages long. It was absolutely wild. Question 9, where do I read? Literally anywhere. On the bus, on my lunch break in work, which is like one of the most common places for me to read. In the car, if I'm not having a conversation with anyone, say if I'm sitting in the back of the car, I will read there. I will read on a train, not that I get trains too often. I'll read on a plane, even though that's a once a year occasion. Literally, like that's a stupid question to me, because there's nowhere that I don't read. Sorry to whoever made this tag, because I'm kind of not being very nice to you about your choice of questions, but anyway. And a question that's probably actually helpful to anyone trying to decide whether they like this channel or not. What kind of books do I read? Because that'll tell you what type of books I'm going to talk about. I love young adult books. I love dystopian books. The book that I'm writing is a dystopian novel. Not that I'm going to let anyone know that, because apparently agents hate dystopian novels and publishers do not want them whatsoever, so I need to find another way to describe my book. But yes, it's a dystopian novel. I love books with feminist themes, and I love mental health themed books as well. Also, I like contemporary romances, but I don't read them that often, but I do really like them. And that's all the questions in the BookTube Newbie Tag. If you are not subscribed to me already, please consider doing so by clicking around here. I'm assuming this function is still here. Thanks very much for watching. Slán.